Shanti everyone. Today's topic is science versus silence. On the basis of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, so we'll discuss what is the difference between science and silence. Now, the modern science has done the inventions of many technologies, wireless technology called as a telepathy. So they have done many inventions, and we are using all the means of the science, equipments of the science, and has also done the inventions of many scientific theories. And by using that, we are trying to get the peace and happiness in our life. Still, after using that, we are not finding the real peace and happiness in our life. So we are in search of real peace and happiness. So how can we get that real peace and happiness? Now, when we want to call to someone sitting in the America, what we are doing, we are just doing the video call. And many times we are facing the problem that the network of the mobile is not working, and therefore we cannot connect to our friend who is sitting in USA. Take the another example. If the mother is sitting in Delhi and her child is in USA and she is remembering her child, she doesn't have the mobile phone and she is remembering her child, and the child who is in America, he gets touching, he feels the vibration of mother, and he tells his friend that my mother is remembering me. So this is the power of silence, this is the power of the vibration, and these vibrations are coming from the thoughts of your mind. Now what happened, our thoughts of mind, they have become completely impure, they have completely become polluted, they are not pure, and because of that our vibrations are not reaching to another human being, they are not working. And that's why we are taking the help of the instruments of the science. But what is happening by using these instruments, we are so much influenced by these means of the science, we got addicted to gadgets. As per the study conducted in China, problematic internet use in Chinese adolescents and its relation to psychosomatic symptoms is very much. Now, many children and youth generation, they are suffering from the psychosomatic disorders, tension, depression, stress, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, overthinking. The reason is that they have forgotten complete spirituality. The power of silence comes from the spirituality, and they have entangled their brain, their mind, their intellect in this means of the science. One psychiatrist named as a Dr. David Rosenberg, he said that if there is a more internet addiction, then there is a low brain activity, and if there is a normal usage of the internet, then there is a high brain activity. China became the first country who recognized internet as a disease, and there is a direct impact of social media on our emotions. Now we are paying more attention to cells, that is mobile cells. But what we have to do, the spirituality says that pay less attention to your cell and more attention to your soul. Soul means spirit. It is called as prana shakti. It is also called as consciousness. It is also called as chetana. The science is doing the research in the matter, and matter is unconscious, dead, whereas soul is conscious and it is living. So that is the difference. Our scientists and philosophers, they are doing the studies, they are doing the research on the dead matters, on unconscious things. But the sages in India, they are doing the studies of the soul and supreme soul since last thousands of years. But since last 100 years, when this formal education and secular education entered in India by Lord Macaulay, thereafter we forgot this knowledge of the spirituality. We completely become ignorant of that, and we have completely entangled in the means of the science. There is a major impact of social media in studies, and multiple studies have found a strong link between heavy social media and increased risk of depression, anxiety, loneliness, self-harm, and even suicidal thoughts. One famous game developer named Bennett Foddy, he said that I am not able to focus now, and that's why I will not play any game. One neuroscientist is there, he has given the research study, and he found that there is a big impact of gadgets on children aged 12 to 14 years. Distraction wastes our energy and concentration restores it. Now we are using the mobile, internet, social media, WhatsApp, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. By using all these, our concentration power is increasing or decreasing. You can ask the question to yourself. And the mind and intellect, its power is degrading or upgrading. What is happening? It is degrading. The science has invented wireless communication. It is called as telepathy. In the similar manner, in spiritualism, there is also telepathy. Telepathy is transmission of thoughts from one mind to another mind. That is called as telepathy. And it doesn't require any expenses. Now what you are doing, you are sending rockets to Mangal planet, you are sending rockets to moon, and you are expending billions of trillions of dollars for that. But the mind is such a rocket. If your concentration power will increase by the help of spirituality, then you can reach anywhere in the world and no expenditure will be there. When you are switching on the light, then switching off it, and what happens when you are switching on, your washing machine starts, your tube light starts, your fan starts working. When you switch off, in a second it stops working. In the similar manner, you can switch on your mind anywhere, whatever you want to do, but when it is focused. So there are many doctors who are doing the treatment for if there is any disease to your body, if you are suffering from any illness. But if your mind is weak, your concentration power is weak, then where will you go? Which hospital is giving the treatment? Don't go to psychiatrist. Even the doctors are telling the patients, before going to operation theater, they are telling them to read Srimad Bhagavad Gita, because it increases your willpower, your confidence level, your self-control. And that's why even the science is also taking the help of the power of silence, power of the spirituality. The thing which is very much subtle in nature is very much powerful. Matter is made up of atoms and molecules. Atom is very subtle, but in spite of having that much subtle, you can create the atom bomb, and that atom bomb can destroy entire world. In the similar manner, the soul is very much infinitesimal. It is infinitesimal than the atoms and molecules, but it is very much powerful. When we learn the knowledge of spirituality, we'll come to know the power of soul. The soul is not visible by the bare eyes, but we can experience the power of soul by regular practice of meditation and regular listening the spiritual knowledge. We will come to that, what is the food of the soul and what is the food of the body. How to differentiate that, we'll come to that. So, I will give you one example. There is one pet dog and there is one jungle dog. The dog living in forest. What is the difference between two? Which dog will become more sick and get sick easily? Will it be jungle dog or will it be pet dog? Of course, pet dog will get sick easily. Why? Because he comes under the vibrations of human beings. He resides with human beings. So human beings are suffering from different sicknesses, illnesses, and their vibration also affects pet dog also. So human being is the main animal, main actor of this world-like stage, and vibration of the human being, if that has been changed, then vibration of the entire world will be changed. Now what we are focusing on the accumulating wealth. Which wealth? External wealth. But we are not concentrating on internal wealth. When we are accumulating external wealth, we completely forget our internal wealth. And when we have much external wealth, at that time we are using that we are trying to fix our internal health issues. So internal beauty is very much important than the external beauty. Internal wealth is very much important than the external wealth, and that we can achieve by practicing the spirituality in life. That is called as Adhyatma. The meaning of Adhyatma is Adhi plus Atma. The knowledge inside the soul. That is called as Adhyatma. That is called as spirituality. Now we have the knowledge of our body, but we don't know what is the controlling power of the body. We are saying that it is a brain. Wrong answer. Brain is also organ of the body. The controlling power or software which is running this hardware is called as soul or spirit or consciousness. That we have forgot. And that's why we are unhappy. We are not getting real peace and happiness in our life. Have you heard the law of attraction? What is law of attraction? Anybody knows? The law of attraction says that what you think you become, what you feel you attract, and what you imagine you create. So if we are following the law of attraction, then what we have to do? Quit talking and complaining about other people. And we are doing that. Par chintan patan ki jad, swachintan unnati ki seedhi. Then stop focusing on the problems. Stop focusing on how to get the results. So we are thinking about the results only, and we are not doing our karma with full capacity by doing the hard work, sincerity, and strong determination. So if we stopping these all things, avoid negative self-talk and believe in yourself, then really that will help to improve your spiritual energy, spiritual power. There is one proverb, Jaisa Sankalpa Vaisi Srishti. As you thought, then your thoughts create the world. Even the Nikola Tesla, famous scientist, what he said? He said that silence power helps science power. All the scientists have gone into depth of silence in order to invent something. Without silence power, science could not have been developed to this extent. Even Albert Einstein, he said that when I read the Bhagavad Gita and reflect about how God created this universe, everything else seems so superfluous. He also said that I have made the Bhagavad Gita as the source of my inspiration and guide for the purpose of scientific investigation and formation of my theories. So these great scientists have also taken the help of spirituality. Then only they could invent the scientific theories. So God says Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, what he said? First know yourself. We are searching everything in Google, but we cannot search ourselves in Google. And God has taught Arjun in Srimad Bhagavad Gita the techniques of self-realization and God's realization. Now we forgot those techniques. We forgot what is our real identity, what is our permanent identity. Now, what identity we are telling the world? That I am an engineer, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am doctor, I am a boy, I am a girl. So we are telling our identity by way of gender, qualification, our religion, our caste. So that is not the permanent identity. That is a temporary identity. Our real identity is that I am a soul. The soul is situated in the middle of the forehead, and you can experience that by way of practice. The best time of practicing the soul consciousness is called as Brahma Muhurta. Science also says that cosmic energy is very much powerful at the time of Brahma Muhurta. It is the timing is 2 o'clock in the morning to 4:45. So you have seen the motor vehicle. The motor vehicle, the food of the motor vehicle is different and the food of the driver is different. In the similar manner, the food of the body is different and food of the soul is different. What is the food of the soul? There are two foods of the soul. One is the spiritual knowledge and the second one is the meditation or yoga. Now, what is the proof that the soul is situated in the middle of the forehead? All the ladies and all the sisters in India, they are putting on bindi over here, and the gents, they are putting on tilak over here. This is the indication that the soul is situated here. This tradition has been started since Dwapar Yuga, because the person started becoming more and more body conscious and he forgot the soul consciousness. Therefore, our great sages started this tradition of putting bindi and putting tilak, but we forgot the real spiritual secret of that. Now, what is Raj Yoga? The Raj Yoga is the spiritual education which teaches us how to concentrate in the middle of the forehead and connect ourselves to the Supreme Soul, that is Supreme Father. So connection of the soul with Supreme Soul, this is the Raj Yoga. How to do the practice of that? For that, you have to follow 4 principles in the life. These are the 4 pillars. First one is the celibacy. This is the purity of the mind, intellect, and also speech. Purity in your karma also. The second one is the pure food. As a food, so the mind. The food which is prepared in the remembrance of God is the pure food. With the peaceful mind, it is the pure food. Third one is the divine qualities. You can study chapter number 16 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. What are the divine qualities and what are the demonic traits? And you can assess yourself. Am I having the divine qualities more or demonic traits more? And the fourth one is the satsang or spiritual education. So these are the 4 pillars. If you follow that in your life, then you will become the perfect Raj Yogi, and your spiritual energy, your willpower will increase in the life. So Now we completely forgot our power of the soul, and that's why we are searching peace here and there in parties, in clubs. We are searching the peace and happiness in festivals, but we are not getting ultimate peace and happiness. If you want infinite peace and happiness, infinite pleasure, then what you have to do? You have to you have to follow the spiritual education of Sahaj Raj Yoga. Now, who are the three enemies of the soul? I told you that what is the food of the soul. Now, what are the three enemies of the soul because of which the battery of the soul is getting discharged day by day? Bhagavad Gita says there are three enemies of the soul. The first one is the lust, second one is the anger, and third one is the greed. And Bhagavad Gita says that these three are opening the gates of the hell. Now we understood the concept of the soul. Now, what is Supreme Soul? Who is He? What is God? And when He incarnates on the earth, so don't you think this is the period that God has to incarnate on the earth in an ordinary human being? Then only we can remember Him easily, just like a mother remembers her child. In the similar manner, when God incarnates on the earth in an ordinary human being, then only we can remember Him easily. So there are four yugas: Satyug called as Golden Age, Tretayug called as Silver Age, Dwapar called as Copper Age, and Kalyug is Iron Age. At the end of Iron Age, the God incarnates on the earth in an ordinary human being, and He transforms this impure world in this pure Satyug. This pure Golden Age is also called as Ram Rajya. It is also called as Jannat by Muslims and Paradise by Christians. And Hindu call it as a heaven, or Hindu call it as a Swarga or Vaikuntha or Satyug or Ram Rajya. So don't you think this is the period, that is the end of Kali Yuga, when there is a irreligiousness everywhere, there is a corruption, there is a adultery, there is a adulteration, and there is a violence, there is a militancy, there is a unhappiness, there is a peacelessness everywhere. So this is the period when Supreme Soul Shiv, Godfather, He incarnates on the earth in an ordinary human being. He is a son who destroys ignorance. He destroys ignorance. Ignorance. Which ignorance? We don't have the knowledge of the soul. We don't have the knowledge of the Supreme Soul. We forgot entirely. And this is the ignorance. This is the darkness of the ignorance at the end of Kali Yuga. So Kali Yuga is just like a night. And this is the cycle, world cycle. After night is completed, new day starts. Then again night, again new day. In the similar manner, the Kali Yuga is sinful. It is sinful world. It ends and new world, that is Satyug, will be started after Kali Yuga. And who can transform Papi Kali Yuga to the Pavan Satyug? Who will be that? Can the political leader transform this world into pure Satyug or new world? Is it possible? No. Because he is selfish. He is struggling for the vote bank and he is doing all wrong things. So it is not possible. Then can the celebrities, can the cricket player, football player, we made them our heroes, but they cannot transform this sinful world. Now our mind and intellect has completely become corrupted. And by the means of the modern science, what we have invented, remember in 1945, Robert Oppenheimer has invented the first atom bomb. And it was exploded in World War II on the two cities, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Now we are on the verge of the World War III. After 80 years of the invention of atom bomb, every small country possessing the atomic weapons and nuclear weapons. If there is a explosives, there are explosives, those are under my house, they are buried under my house. Am I safe in my house? I am not safe in my house. Now modern science has invented all the atomic weapons and nuclear weapons for destruction of entire humanity. So science, modern science has taken us to the destruction. Even this mobiles and internet has destroyed our mind and intellect. So we are on the verge of the destruction. And if World War III will happen, then there will be destruction everywhere. And there will be use of the nuclear weapons. If the nuclear weapons will be used, then by the explosion of the nuclear weapons, the temperature of the earth will increase. If the earth temperature will increase, then what will happen? Because of that, the glaciers on the North Pole and South Pole will start melting. And because of that, the water level of the oceans will increase. And because of that, all the islands, America, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, China, Africa, Russia, all these islands will submerge in the water. Only the North India, the portion covered by Himalaya, will survive. That will never destroy. And God incarnates on the earth in an ordinary human being at the end of Kali Yuga. And this is the end of Kali Yuga. So that's why we need a spirituality in our life. Then only we can achieve that. Just watch this slide. Now the religions are fighting with each other, Hindu, Muslim, Christians. And there are chances that there will be civil wars in the future, in India also. The enmity between the religions is increasing day by day. Peacelessness and unhappiness is increasing. So this is the time that we should become alert and we should follow the spirituality, because this is the time of the transformation of the world. And we are sleeping, all the Indians, we are sleeping like Kumbhakaran. We don't know that Supreme Soul Shiva, he incarnated on the earth in an ordinary human being. And he is transforming entire world from sinful Kali Yuga to the pure Satyug. And he is giving the spiritual knowledge of Sahaj Raj Yoga. He is teaching that by incarnating in an ordinary human being, he is acting like a teacher. You can get that spiritual knowledge. You can join Adhyatmik Vishwa Vidyalaya, where he is giving this spiritual knowledge to everyone. And you can also follow our YouTube channel named as Spiritual Revolution. There is an Instagram account also, and there is a Facebook account also. Spiritual Revolution is the name. Shiv Shaktiya is the Facebook account. You can follow that. There is a website www.pbks.info, and another YouTube channel is there, aivv. So the silence power is more powerful than the science power. Science power is taking us to the destruction, and silence power will take us to the construction of the new world, construction of our mind and intellect, construction of our spiritual energy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amol Bhai. We have 25 participants who are attending this session. Welcome everybody. If you have any questions, I will unmute you. Anyone? Any question to sir? We see Anju Sharma, Chandrika Soni, Dr. Shivani, Dr. Indu Verma, Haripriya, Miss Isha, Miss Kalpana Gupta, Lalita Dwivedi, Lakshmi Prasanna, Meera Sharma, and so on. Any question?
Hello.
Excuse me. Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Dr. Indu Verma.
I'm Dr. Indu Verma speaking. Ma'am, I have one question regarding
Yes.
what sir said. कि साइंस वर्सेस साइलेंस. एक तरफ एक साइंस की बात हो रही है जहां पर इंस्टाग्राम है, मीडिया है, रेस्ट ऑफ डिस्ट्रक्शंस हैं. एक तरफ साइलेंस है जहां पर हर चीज साइलेंस होकर ही हम उस भगवान को पा सकते हैं. तो ये जो अब हमारा सेशन वगैरह चल रहा है उसमें भी हम मीडिया यूज कर रहे हैं.
Yes.
तो अगर मीडिया डिस्ट्रक्शन है तो मीडिया के ही जरिए से हम लोग इस चीज को सुन पा रहे हैं. तो कहीं ऐसा नहीं है कि ये दो बातें हो रही हैं.
जवाब दूं मैं? I can answer your question.
Yes, please.
बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सेंटेंस में बोलने जा रहा हूं. साधनों का यूज करना गलत बात नहीं है, लेकिन साधना को भूलकर साधनों के अधीन होना गलत बात है. नाउ वी आर कंप्लीटली डिपेंडेंट ऑन द साधन, और हम किसको भूल गए? साधना को भूल गए. साइंस के साधन हमारे लिए बने हुए जिससे हम स्पिरिचुअलिटी को सारी दुनिया में ला सकते हैं. लेकिन आज साइंस के साधनों का मिसयूज हो रहा है. हम आज की जो युवा पीढ़ी है वो इसका यूज किसके लिए कर रही है? छोटे छोटे बच्चे पोर्नोग्राफी देखने के लिए. आज इसका यूज हो रहा है साइंस के साधनों का कि मोबाइल में ऐसा ऐसा अश्लील साहित्य देखा जा रहा है, और उसमें ऐसी ऐसी चीजें जब रात को जग के बच्चे क्या देखते हैं? वेब सीरीज देखते हैं जिसमें वॉयलेंस है, जिसमें हिंसा है, जिसमें क्राइम है, या तो जिसमें सेक्सुअलिटी है. तो मन और बुद्धि में हम साइंस के साधनों से सारा कचरा जमा कर रहे हैं, और वो कचरा लेके सो जाते हैं, और उसी से आज दुनिया में जितने क्राइम्स हो रहे हैं, दिस ऑल क्राइम्स आर हैपनिंग बिकॉज what we are feeding to the people, their intellect. We are feeding pornography, we are feeding sexuality, we are feeding violence in their mind, and because of these all things happening. तो साइंस का यूज करना गलत बात नहीं है, उसके अधीन नहीं बनना है और उसका मिसयूज नहीं करना है. उसका मिसयूज करते हैं.
हाँ सर, वही मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था. मैंने ये क्वेश्चन जानबूझ के पूछा था क्योंकि मेरा मेन पर्पस ये था कि आप इस रिगार्डिंग साइंस वर्सेस साइंस को इसके मेरिट्स एंड डीमेरिट्स बताने के बाद, ये जो बता रहे हैं, जो अभी आपने मुझे खुलासा किया है इस बारे में, तो ये सारी चीजें आप स्कूल के प्रांगण में अगर आप इस तरह के सेशन लें और साइंस के ही माध्यम के मेरिट्स एंड डीमेरिट्स बताएं, तो ये मुझे ज्यादा जेन्युइन लगेगा, और इससे बच्चे समझेंगे कि व्हाट इज, क्योंकि एवरीबडी नोज that excess of everything is very bad. So excess of everything, whether it is in a bad terms and a good terms. So we have to give this kind of knowledge to our new generation regarding what is good and what is bad. That's it. That is the main purpose to ask this question. Thank you so much to grace this knowledge. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Induji.
Thank you, Ms. Verma. So any other question? Any question from anyone?
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, Dr. Shivani, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Dr. Shivani. My question is, sir is talking about the science versus silence. So, if we are talking about the science, there are so many methods we are using today. If ma'am Induwala, I think. What is her name? She's also asked about that. We should have to be input these information through by the students first, who they are from the schools. My concern is also same. Which we are already using. We should have to start these from the roots. If our roots are strong, definitely our entire world will be changed.
Yes. Because I'm just adding whatever you are suggesting. If the foundation of the building is powerful, then you can raise 50 stories also, and that building will never collapse. In the similar manner, the childhood is the foundation. if you feed spirituality from their childhood, then they will become perfect human being. Now what universities and colleges are doing, they are providing engineers to the society, but they are not providing good human beings to the society. That is the difference. So there is no character. There is a engineer, there are the doctors, but characterless. And this is happening because there is no spirituality in their mind. They don't know about spirituality. They are not aware of spirituality. That is the problem.
Yes, sir,
Dr.
definitely. You are saying very true. Thank you so much, sir, for your precious time.
Yes.
Yes. So, any more questions from the participants?
Our both queries are the same. Shivani ma'am and mine queries are same because we are in school purpose. So हमने वही questions पूछे हैं. तो foundation should be very strong, as sir has said कि हमें foundation ही strong करनी है, base strong करना है. तो base strong करने के लिए हमें positive और negative दोनों चीजों को बताना है. तो सर यही मेरा वो क्वेश्चन था, यही सेम क्वेश्चन मैडम का था. थैंक यू सो मच वंस अगेन.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Any questions from other participants before we end the session?
I just want to respond.
Yes,
We
sir.
are working throughout the country, and we are conducting hundreds of seminars in schools, colleges, universities, and we have taken this as a mission. Our entire team is working on that, and till today we have conducted more than 500 seminars across the country in major cities of the country. So surely we will expand this mission and we will reach to each and every college and school. We'll try, and science will help us.
Sir,
Yes.
there is a one request from my side. Yes, definitely you people are doing a very great job in today's era. But sir, this is my humble request to you. If you people can start this from the little kids, because they are taking everything seriously and they are following.
Yes, sure.
Yes.
In our team, there are other speakers also. So we'll start that also. We'll distribute
sir,
the
one
work,
more-
divide the work.
Because sir, I'm already inputting these things in my daughter. She's right now in 9 years and she's following proper. And she's also spreading their my messages and your messages to their classroom.
Yes, very good.
Nice to know.
Hello?
Dr.
Very
Indu,
good.
you were mentioning something, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, the same suggestion is from my side कि we'll start this because the time is very less and we have to provide all such kind of knowledge for the base level at very small children, and children is grasping positively and adaptively use कर सकते हैं. तो आप वहीं से start करें base level से. It start from second, third, fourth, जहाँ से बच्चे की foundation start होती है.
Sure, sure. Yes, I want to mention the things. So now I have given one message to everybody that this is the time of transformation of the world. This is the time of the transformation of the youth. And this is not only I am saying, this is the reality. Because even if you meet Muslim scholars, they are also saying this same thing. If you meet the Christian scholars, they are also saying the same things. So now if you see the situation, what is going on in the world, I'm visiting the educational institutes, colleges, and now everybody's intellect has become corrupted. And the students are saying that when I am asking the question to them from morning to night, whether the positive thoughts, more positive thoughts coming into your mind or negative and waste thoughts coming into your mind, and they are answering suddenly in one voice that negative thoughts coming into our mind. So this is the destruction of mind and intellect. We are not talking about outside destruction in the outside world. we are also talking about the destruction of the inside. That is inner engineering that we have to do. And for that, spirituality is the best. Even in Delhi, there is a law college of Delhi University. What happened since last 3-4 months? Four students, they have committed the suicide. And what the college is doing now, they are appointing the psychiatrists and counselors, hiring them. They are paying the money. But I know that that is not the real solution of this problem. The real solution lies in the spirituality, not you are giving them psychiatric counseling and all those. That is not the 100% solution. The 100% solution lies in the spirituality, because it gives you spiritual power. It improves your decision making powers. You are able to think what is right and what is wrong. Your ability to decide what is good and what is bad, that can be increased by spirituality. So that is not taught in the educational institutions, and I am very much concerned about that. And they are appointing the psychiatrist. Even you heard the example of the quota. Their IIT students are go for the preparation, and the news report says that since last 4 years 52 students have committed the suicide. So there is a competitive era. There is a too much burden on the students, pressure on the students, pressure of the parents, pressure of the teachers. And for balancing your personality, you need spirituality. And the best solution is that wake up early in the morning, concentrate at the center point of the forehead, half an hour, forget everyone, forget your parents, forget your teachers, forget your friends, forget the entire world, or only give time for yourself. That is the solution. And listen daily one spiritual class for an hour. One spiritual class for an hour, and half an hour meditation, yoga. If we involve this in our lifestyle, then certainly there will be changes. And schools, colleges, they can also start these activities. Even in foreign countries, Belgium, America, Germany, they are teaching Bhagavad Gita in curriculum. But in India, there is much opposition because this is the secular country. Bhagavad Gita is a spiritual book. It is not a religious book. And it teaches us how to live the life with peace and happiness. It teaches us how to improve the spiritual power and spiritual energy. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the talk and for patiently answering all the questions. We also thank the audience for participating in the event, and we will end the session now. Thank you one more time.
Thank you.